Imagine a religion that tried to unite the wisdom of Zoroaster, the teachings of Jesus, the path of Buddha, and the hidden knowledge of the Gnostics. A faith that spread from Rome to China, that inspired saints, mystics, and even heretics. And yet today, most people have never even heard of it. This was Manichaeism, founded by the Persian prophet Mani in the 3rd century CE. His vision was bold, a universal religion of light and darkness, salvation and gnosis, knowledge, that could transcend cultures and unite humanity. Let's dive into the life of Mani, his teachings, and the mysterious legacy of a forgotten faith. Come with me on a journey through time and space. Mani was born around 216 CE in Babylonia, part of the Sassanid Empire, what is now Iraq. His father belonged to a Jewish Christian sect known as the Ecclesiastics, known for ritual baptisms and Gnostic-style teachings. This unusual background exposed Mani to a swirl of religious ideas from a very young age. At the age of 12, he claimed to have his first divine revelation from a heavenly guide he called the Twin. At 24, another vision told him to leave his family's sect and begin spreading a new universal religion. Many believed that he was the final prophet in a sacred lineage, as they all do, after Zoroaster, the Buddha, and Jesus. At the heart of Mani's message was dualism, the eternal battle between light and darkness. The human soul, he taught, was a fragment of light, trapped in a material body shaped by darkness. Salvation meant liberation of the soul through hidden knowledge, aesthetic practice, and ethical living. Mani blended the best of what he saw in other religions. From Zoroastrianism, he selected the cosmic war between good and evil. From Christianity, he liked that Jesus was a spiritual teacher, though many rejected the idea of his physical incarnation. And from Buddhism, he selected the discipline of asceticism and reincarnation. He even used art to spread his religion. He illuminated manuscripts filled with cosmic imagery to share his message, making his teachings accessible across languages of cultures. One of his most brilliant innovations was having local artists in different parts of the world do renditions of the same pieces. For example, he would have a Chinese artist depict Mani and then have an artist from Iraq depict Mani so that people from different regions could view and consume art done in their local style. This was a PR move of a lifetime that eventually was replicated by many religions afterward. One of the most fascinating texts linked to Manichaeism is known as the Book of Giants. Its roots stretch back to Jewish traditions and the Book of Enoch, where fallen angels, known as the Watchers, father monstrous giants with human women. These, known as the Nephilim, ravage earth until God decrees their destruction through the Great Flood. Many adopted this story, but gave it new meaning. For him, the giants symbolized the chaotic mixing of light and darkness. Their downfall became a cosmic lesson that corruption and hubris always lead to divine judgment. In Manichaeism, the tale of the Nephilim was transformed into an allegory for the soul's struggle between good and evil. Mani wasn't just a thinker, and he wasn't just a self-proclaimed prophet. He was a traveler and a missionary. He spread his teachings across Persia, Mesopotamia, India, and even into the Roman Empire along the Silk Road. His writings were translated into countless languages. But with success came a lot of opposition. The Zoroastrian priests saw his universalist message as a threat. At first, King Shapur I tolerated him, but under King Bahram I, Mani was arrested. After torture and imprisonment, Mani died in the year 274 CE. Some accounts say he was executed, others say that he was flayed alive. His followers called him the Apostle of Light, and his death a death of a martyr. After his death, Manichaeism spread far and wide. Communities flourished in the Roman Empire, Central Asia, and China, where it blended with Buddhism and Taoism. For centuries, it was one of the world's great religions. But it faced relentless persecution from Zoroastrians, Christians, and eventually Muslims. By the 14th century, Manichaeism had all but vanished as an organized faith. And yet, its ideas survived, echoing through medieval heretical movements like the Cathars and the Bogomils, and even influencing great thinkers like St. Augustine, who was a Manichaean before he converted to Christianity. Specifically, in the idea of having local artists interpret prophets into their cultural style is a technique used by all kinds of religions. Though nearly erased, Mani's influence is undeniable. His cosmology shaped later Gnostic traditions. His missionary model, using multilingual texts and powerful imagery, foreshadowed future religions and their means to spread their religions. His concept of dualism, the internal tension of light and darkness, still resonates in philosophy, mysticism, literature, and modern religion. Even in Islam, echoes of Mani survived, with some mystics interpreting him as a prophet of hidden truth. Mani dreamed of uniting humanity under a single universal faith. Though his religion was suppressed, his vision of cosmic struggle between light and darkness still speaks to us. In every culture, in every story of good and evil, we can still hear whispers of Manichaeism in the words of Mani himself. To go on a deep dive, check out my podcast episode on my page.